I'm gonna have to go tell the world exactly what's on the list.
Hey, Bleedbigblue. Tim from the podcast. Just wanted to come talk to you guys. Our Week 4 game just ended. As you know, we're still 0-4. This is gonna be a tough season, guys. I can see this already. When you're losing, you can definitely point out the issues. It's definitely hard to see positives. But for my own sanity, I'm gonna start just looking week to week. I'm not gonna look through the whole season. I'm just gonna look next week. We have the Chargers. I'm just gonna hope we can get a W against the Chargers, and it is about hope because at this point there's no guarantee of anything. But it is that time of the week. I want you guys to bring the lists of glory, lists of shame. As usual, I try to start positive because honestly I have a whole lot more to talk about on the negative. So let's just talk about the list of glory. First one on my list of glory, I think it's one real good positive came out of this game is Wayne Galeman. I think we found our starting running back, at least for this season. He played well. He gave us a spark. You actually gave us a threat of a running game, and you guys saw what we actually had an offense moving up and down the field when they had to worry about the running game. It's weird, isn't it? Now, just imagine if we actually played Wayne Galeman all game. Maybe we could have scored a little bit more. Maybe the defense wouldn't have been on the field as long. All sorts of possibilities. But I'm hoping Ben watched the game and actually breaks down the tape and starts Wayne Galeman come next week against San Diego. So, props to you, Wayne Galeman. Welcome to the list of glory. And happy birthday, by the way, Wayne Galeman. Number 2 on my list. I want everybody that's bitching about our losses, I want you guys to hear this. Number 2 is Eli Manning.
You just made the
That
list.
man was putting us on his shoulders and moving us up and down the field without help because people are dropping balls. He obviously doesn't have a good offensive line in front of him. Eli's doing it by himself, and he has no running game to speak of. Well, at least until Wayne Galeman came in, then we actually saw a little bit. But Eli, you played awesome. You scrambled for a 14-yard touchdown. I haven't seen that from you in a long, long time. That's great. I'm glad you were trying to give the spark. I actually saw you get a little bit excited when you actually scored the running touchdown. And you know what? I think that boosted the guys a little bit. But I need you to do that from the beginning. I need everybody to get pumped up from the beginning. But I don't want to get into that yet. Eli Manning, props to you. You played great. This loss was not on your shoulders. You had no interceptions, no turnovers. Props to you, Eli. Welcome to the list of glory. Number 3 on my list. Now, I was going back and forth, and I wasn't sure who I wanted to go with. Some people stuck out more than others. Number 3 on the list of glory, Odell Beckham. You played great, man. You're a matchup nightmare. You're playing hurt, which I really respect when I see you limping on the sidelines and you're coming in the next play. That's very respectable, and I like the toughness. Let's, but get healthy. I hope you get healthy. If you have to sit out a game to get healthy, do what you got to do because this season does not look like we're going much anywhere. And I want to see you in the future as a Giant. So props to you, Odell, for having a good game. And especially that long play, that was ridiculous. Welcome to the list of glory, Odell. Now, guys, list of shame. So, it's so easy when you're 0-4 to pick out the list of shame. The only problem is I'm trying to cut it down to three 3 people. But let's be honest. I'm going to preface this list. I have 3 people on this list, but the whole team is on the list of shame. When you're 0-4, the whole team is on the list of shame. But number 1 on my list, Eli Apple. Now, I'm a big supporter of you. I have to defend you all the time, especially in comments and all that. But this year, man, what is going on? It seems like you're not even like paying attention. It always seems like someone's just throwing over the top of you and you have no idea the ball's even coming. Now, I'm gonna blame Spagnuolo a little bit. Maybe it was Eli Apple, maybe it was Spagnuolo, I don't know. But all I know is, why was Eli Apple on Mike Evans in the beginning of this game? Obviously that switch and Janoris Jenkins followed him around the rest of the game. But why was Eli Apple on Mike Evans? You don't put your second best corner, or maybe third best corner, on their top receiver. It just doesn't make sense. So, you know what? I expect better out of you, Eli Apple. It seems like you're having a sophomore slump. I hope you get out of it. Shame on you, Eli Apple. You made the list of glory. Or made the list of shame. You know what? Shame on me for even saying that. Now, number 2. This is going out to a lot of the defenders.
Shame.
I don't even want to name them all.
Shame.
But what is the problem with the tackling? That's my number 2 on the list of shame is, since when did we just stop wrapping up and everybody wants to hit shoulders into players and then they keep on going? Guess what, guys? They're football players too. They can take hits. So I'm going to put, just to name a couple that it's off the top of my head is Janoris Jenkins and DRC. You both made Tampa Bay gain yards because you just didn't wrap up. You made good plays to get to the tackles, but you didn't make the tackle. You put a shoulder into them, and you expecting them to just like fall over. That wasn't the case. Everybody's doing it. That's the reason people are starting to run on us. Jaquiz Rodgers ran all over us, guys. What's going to happen when we see Ezekiel Elliott at the end of the season? When we see LeGarrette Blount again? I mean, what's going to happen when we see good running backs? What's going to happen to this defense? I expect more out of you guys. Not only do you need to tackle, you need turnovers. But you know what? I put number 2 list of shame is the defense's tackling. So shame on you, defense. Learn how to tackle. Number 3, Ben McAdoo.
You just made the list.
I don't know what I gotta say to you. I'm so mad at how you coach this team. I think you're doing them a disservice. And honestly, the way you've been just leaving points on the field, you're making us lose. You're literally, we probably have 2 losses that are squarely on your head. Not only, you're making adjustments on the offensive line. I'll say I appreciate that. Putting DJ Fluker in there, taking Brent Jones, moving people around. We actually got the running game going because of that little adjustment. I'll give you credit for that. But what are you doing? Why are we not going for field goals when we have a kid that has a huge leg, and that's the reason he became our kicker, and he's still not getting the time or giving a chance to kick a 47-yarder, which essentially would have won us the game. I don't know, Ben, what you're doing, because you're not motivating the guys. All I see you doing is disrespecting people after the game, which I'm not saying they don't deserve it, because honestly they really do. But I need you to start inspiring these guys to not only play better, but play better from the beginning of the game. So shame on you, Ben McAdoo. You're going to stay on the list of shame until I see a W. As usual, guys, I know you're pissed. I know I'm pissed. We're 0-4. I want to hear comments. Let's vent to each other. Let's get a little therapy going, because I'm mad, and I know all of us had Super Bowl aspirations. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case this year, unless there's a huge turnaround and a miracle happens. But hey, guys, no matter what happens, I still bleed big blue, always.